Hey YouTube, welcome back. What are the disadvantages of REST web services? REST with stands for Representational State Transfer is a popular architectural style for designing networked applications, particularly web services. While REST offers numerous benefits such as simplicity, scalability, and flexibility, it also has several disadvantages. They may affect its stability for certain applications. Let's talk about them. We did talk before. Let me just clear all of that. So we start clean. We did talk about the statelessness. And the statelessness is a great because we treat each request as a unique separated request. So it's not dependent on any other requests. But the challenge that come with that, the REST is inherently stateless, meaning that each request must contain all the information the server needs to fulfill that request without relying on any stored context. This can lead to inefficiencies because the client must send full information with every request, which can increase the amount of data transmitted between the client and the server. And the impact that come from that, which is the increased overhead and complexity on the client side to manage the state necessary for each quest. Number two, we will have what we can call overfetching and underfetching of data. REST APIs typically define endpoints that return fixed data structures. This can lead to a situation where clients either get too much data, which is overfetching, or too little data, which is underfetching, than they actually need for a particular operation. The impact of that is the inefficient use of bandwidth and processing, potentially leading to slower application performance. Number three, lack of operation specificity. Specificity. REST uses a standard HTTP methods, which is get, put, delete, for operations, which can limit the ability to describe more complex operations that don't nearly fit into these methods. This can make it difficult to perform operations that require more nuanced or transactional changes involving multiple resources simultaneously. Number four, in the error handling. RESTful APIs is often use HTTP status codes to indicate errors. With HTTP provides a range of standard response codes, this may not be sufficient to to convey detailed error information or the specifics of what went wrong. The impact of that, clients may not receive enough information to understand the error fully or how to correct their request. We might have some security concerns, like since REST is stateless, maintaining secure communication can be more challenging. Each request must be completely self contained, often requiring repeated authentication and authorization data to be sent, which with each request. And the impact of that is this can expose sensitive data to greater risk of interception, especially if not properly secured. Number six, versioning challenges. As APIs evolve, maintaining different versions of REST API can be challenging, unlike SOP, which has built-in standards for versioning. REST requires developers to implement their own mechanism to manage API versions, and the impact of the this can lead to complications in maintaining backwards compatibility and maintaining and managing transactions between different API versions. Number seven, lack of strict contract. REST does not enforce a strict interface contract like SOAP or SOP, which uses the WSDL for defining service contracts. This can lead to ambiguous in API implementations, and use. And the impact of that is this increased potential for misinterpretation between the client and server regarding the data exchange format, expected parameters, and behavior. Number eight, the scalability in high latency networks. In high latency networks, the stateless nature of REST can be exaggerated. Get like limited exceeded response times, as each request needs to retransmit all context data. The impact, we can have like some slower responses times and reduce user satisfactions in performance sensitive applications. um Basically, since there is no contract, we said before, between service and the client, it has to be the communication. We talked about that, and also we talked about, since it works on HTTP, there can be asynchronous call, and this is quite different. We talk about that, and we talked about the session can be maintained. But while REST has these disadvantages, many of them can be mitigated through a careful API design, advanced security protocols, efficient data handling strategies, and clear documentation. Depending on the specific requirements and constraints of your application, RESTful APIs can still be highly effective choice for building flexible and scalable web services. So that's it for today's video, and see you in the future.